Hello, my amazing people. Good evening and welcome back again. If you're turning into this channel, please do to like, comment, and share. Turn on the bell notification. In that way, each time I upload a new video, be the first to be notified. To our subscribers, you guys are the best. My new subscribers, thank you. Illegal foreigners have been found in South Africa owning a lot of properties. As in these people, they buy a lot of properties, houses, building house in South Africa that makes some of the South Africans to be paying rent for the house that they build. And this is one of the things that South Africa said that they don't watch. Just watch this clip of video and don't forget to share your own thoughts in the comment section because these illegal foreigners, they must leave South Africa whether they like it or not.
This afternoon we came back to Mabopane. There is this area that we were told by the local councillor that there are foreigners who've taken our land. They've built all these houses here, which are illegal structures. So last week we started issuing contravention notices. This afternoon we're here with the security cluster and we have taken the illegal foreigners that are residing in these houses. But we're going to continue. What we're going to do next is to take our services away because they've not only built on the flood line, but they're also connecting illegally on our water and electricity. When we have criminals taking over, and that derails development. So I'm here with the deputy mayor, the MMC, and we're gonna stay in Mabopane for a while because we realize that there are people who want to take over and pretend they are government in Mabopane.
My fellow beautiful South Africans, honestly, it breaks my heart seeing how disrespected we are as a country. Imagine people coming to South Africa illegally in their numbers and they just look at an area, just a random area, and then say, we are going to build our structures here. No approval from anywhere, just looking at an area and saying, we are going to build our houses here. And then after doing that, they continue to connect illegal electricity and illegal water, taking advantage of our water and electric systems. Imagine that level of disrespect. And then you expect us as South Africans to tolerate that kind of nonsense. When we speak up against that kind of nonsense, we are labeled as xenophobic, we are labeled as Afrophobic, we are all called all sorts of names. But you came to South Africa illegally to build illegally. And then when we demolish, suddenly we are xenophobic as South Africans when we chase you away from an area that you occupied illegally. Worst part, you came to South Africa illegally yourself. Who's delusional here, people? Is us as South Africans or what? Because this doesn't really make sense to me. You know, sometimes I am one person when I'm in a predicament or there's something that maybe I don't understand. I try to put myself in other people's shoes to say, okay, would I, as Emmanuel, if there was something going on here in South Africa, go to just a random country and then when I get there, just build randomly without seeking approval from anyone? Would I ever do something like that? And I know I wouldn't do something like that. And I know that majority of South Africans wouldn't go to other people's countries and just get there and build wherever they want to build. And then when the people of those countries speak up, South Africans start calling them names. South Africans wouldn't do such a thing. So it doesn't really make sense to me why these people are so confident in their illegal activities in this country. The government is just looking at them. I can tell you that settlements like this one have mushroomed all over South Africa. It's not only this one. If you can go to our townships, you will find entire neighborhoods that are occupied by illegal foreigners illegally. They just saw a place and they just built their shacks there. They are living there. No one is doing anything. No one is saying anything. Thousands and thousands of these settlements. I don't think there's a township here in South Africa or a rural area that has zero of these kinds of settlement. You will at least find one or two all around South Africa, and it's disgraceful. It's total disrespect towards us as the citizens of South Africa, because people are doing something to us that we wouldn't do to them as South Africans. I would love to think our government really allows for these kinds of things to happen. And that's the truth. You might look at the mayor of Tshwane going around doing the Lord's work, exposing all of these areas. But I can tell you that there's not a lot of our leaders who are doing this from government. Not a lot of them. All around South Africa, you will find these kinds of places. But those kinds of places are never raided, they are never visited by anyone. Those people, they are just living illegally with their illegal connections as illegal foreigners in peace. It's only a small part of the country where we can say there's someone working like the mayor of Tshwane. So I can tell you that our government allows for these kinds of settlements to mushroom all over South Africa. The authorities know about these neighborhoods. They take bribes from these neighborhoods. But I'm happy because at least the mayor of Tshwane is trying to do the Lord's work, and some other people out there, Operation Tutula, March and March, who are really engaged in these kinds of things. I appreciate them. But for the rest of our government, they don't really care about these kinds of things. They would rather let these people do whatever they please here in South Africa. But the strangest thing about it is that whenever South Africans are occupying an area illegally, the government is quick to come and demolish the houses of those people. Very, very quick. Look at the situation that was taking place a couple of months ago, I think 2 months ago, if I'm not mistaken, where people were being evacuated from their houses. There was this whole story of those houses belonged to a mine, and then the mine was sold and things like that. Houses were demolished, people were evacuated, South Africans. It was a very, very sad thing that was going on. All around South Africa, when South Africans are occupying places illegally, the government will be there demolishing houses like nobody's business. But whenever illegal foreigners are occupying settlements here in South Africa illegally, the process of demolishing those structures and evacuating those people and deporting them is a very, very slow process. It's a very, very slow process. All around South Africa, we have these types of settlements. In Mpumalanga, in Northern Cape, in Limpopo, everywhere. But if you can look at the places that are always exposed, mostly is places in Gauteng, because the mayor of Gauteng, the mayor of Tshwane is busy doing the Lord's work, and other people around Gauteng. Most of these places that are exposed, you will find them in Gauteng. But what about the rest of South Africa? Because there's thousands of these places. No one is paying attention to those places. No one. Criminals come from those places and terrorize our communities. And then they run back, they go to those places because there it's only their brothers and sisters, they are protected. Some South Africans are even afraid. Let me not even say some South Africans. We are afraid to go to those places because when you are there, suddenly you are the one who feels like a foreigner. Just imagine, you are in a neighborhood here in South Africa, but you feel like a foreigner yourself because everyone there is not a South African. These people come from these areas, they commit crimes all over, they terrorize us, they abuse us, they rob us, and then they run back. They hide inside these communities because they are protected. The authorities, whenever they go there to just take bribes and nothing more. It's embarrassing, it's disgraceful. Please tell me on the comment section down below, what do you think about this whole situation? I would really appreciate to hear your own thoughts and opinions. But then if you enjoyed this video or you learned something new, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I would really, really appreciate it. My name is Emmanuel, and this is Mzansi University, the place where we transform lives through knowledge and information. Let's meet again on another video.
Settlement currently in the whole of Gauteng province. Since from last week, umphakathi uyaetha. Nibona nalo mkhukhu lo ophansi. Nginobaba la phambi kwami la. He's a Mozambique national. Owning land in our South African soil. Fighting our fellow brother and sister ukuthi in this soil, that we are still fighting that battle in the city of Johannesburg and 4 giants at Johannesburg High Court. It's high time, 2026 man. It's 6 years abantu bangahlali emajaridini wabo. So now there's Operation Tutula, there's March and March, there's all these political parties. We are tired of foreign nationals owning land that belongs to us.
Yebo!